Okay guys, this is a video directed at an individual named fitnessmyth walakaka. He's a young kid who made a rebuttal video to my theory that the body runs out of enzymes. So he produced a video, which is probably on his page. I'm not really sure how to get it. It was posted as a response to one of my videos. And he went on to explain scientifically, and pretty well too, he's a well-spoken guy, about how I was dead wrong. The body does not run out of enzymes, and that you digest 95% of all the protein that you take in. Now, alright, let's break this down. First of all, the scientific evidence that he's spitting out is based on a normal human being, not a bodybuilder. Not a high-level bodybuilder, even less. So, his theory about how the enzymes never run out, well, explain this to me. Why do people have to take digestive enzymes? Bromelain, papain, things that help you digest food. Because they don't have enough digestive enzymes. That's why they need to take it to break down the food. Some foods have the digestive enzymes in them. The big pineapple has the digestive enzymes to help digest it faster, so it digests pretty quickly and easily. But people do run out of digestive enzymes for one reason or another. And those are regular people. Those are not even bodybuilders. But bodybuilders, on the other hand, they do. They run out of digestive enzymes specifically because of the fact of the amount of foods that they eat. Now, if you don't run out of enzymes, let me ask you this question. Why is it that I can't take in 300 grams of protein in one sitting and digest it all? Because you don't have enough enzymes to digest 300 grams of protein. 30 grams? Yes. 50 grams? Yes. 70 grams? Possible. 300 grams? No. And you know how I know this? Anybody who's digested too much protein has gotten a case of the shits that just won't quit. And that's because you can't digest it. It's too much for your body to handle. Now, they never did a study on that, okay? They've never done a study on it, ever. In the history of people, they've never given somebody 300 grams of protein and then figured out why they couldn't digest it, okay? So that's my theory. It's an educated guess. I have no scientific evidence to back it up, but either do you. So another one is, if you want proof that the body's enzymatic systems change and can adapt, because the body is a living adaptation that happens daily. It adapts. Mauro Di Pasquale, okay, Dr. Mauro Di Pasquale, a doctor, came out with the anabolic diet, and he now has the metabolic diet or something like that. Now, in his books and his literature, he states and shows the facts in the studies about how the body can, when its carbohydrates are reduced, the enzymes for breaking down carbohydrates, your body adapts and reduces those enzymes to break down the stored body fat, the triglycerides. It now increases those enzymes to break down the body fat. So after you go through this metabolic shift in ketosis, you actually have a different enzymatic system. And on the weekends, when you go and load up on carbohydrates in his diet, you'll notice that you can't load up unlimited. You can't take in 1,000 grams of carbs because your body can't handle it, because you don't have the enzymes to break down those foods. And that's where I first learned about how the body changes its enzymatic system, was through Mauro Di Pasquale and the literature that he posted up and the studies that he had based on what happens. So that is a doctor scientifically proving with his literature and his studies that he did that this happens to the body. Okay? So that being said, everything that you're saying about how the body's enzymes work and all these different things, yes, you have read literature, okay? You have read a book. You've gone to class. You have paid attention to where you can regurgitate this literature, okay? However, you don't know what it's like to build that amount of muscle, nor what it's like to take in that amount of food and see what happens to your body. I can tell because in your video I saw what you look like. And this is not a knock on you, or, this is not to bust your chops or make fun of you. But you've never done it, and I can tell, okay? So until you've sat down, sit down and eat 200 grams of protein from chicken, okay? So sit down and eat maybe 20 ounces of chicken in one sitting. With that, eat 5 cups of rice, okay? And on top of that, eat 3 ounces of almonds. Eat that in one meal and see how that sits in your stomach, and see how long it takes you to digest that and what that feels like. And then come back and tell me that you have plenty of enzymes, okay? So no, although the body may not completely run out of enzymes completely, it does get depleted of those enzymes that it needs to break down the amount of foods that these elite level bodybuilders are taking in, okay? And especially these guys that are taking in 5,000 calories in one meal. You think your body's going to break down all that food. You don't even have the muscle mass to sustain the energy that's needed for that food. You're not even training in the gym hard enough, breaking the tissue that it takes for that food to rebuild. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is a disclaimer to not make fun of fitness myth walakaka, but to explain how this works. And again, I'm not a scientist, but there are no scientists out there that have done these studies on healthy, elite level bodybuilders whose bodies are doing things that are not meant to do. Okay? Yes, back in the Stone Age, if bodybuilders were around, we'd die off because we are not evolutionarily fit to survive. That's not what this is about. It's like an English bulldog. An English bulldog shouldn't survive with all the health complications, the things that it has. It was engineered to be what it is. And that's what we're doing to our bodies. We're engineering them to be something that they were never meant to be. Okay? Through adaptation, we get there, but we have to push the boundaries and limits. And there are certain things you can and can't do with the body. Okay? So, fitness wala, I'm reading this off the screen because it's hard to pronounce. Fitness myth walakaka. If you want to make another video and give me your thoughts, go right ahead.